Namaste.
Namaste and good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and let's do some prayers before our class. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha, Tatsavitruvarenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Asto ma sadgamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityurma amritam gamya. Om Sehnavavtu Sehna Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahe, Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Om. So yesterday before our class, there were some questions and some conversation was going on. That our daily routine, how it should be. As yoga abhyasis or yoga sadhaks, what are we supposed to do? So we got to remember that it's yoga sadhana which we do, that is for our body, our mind, our intellect, our ego. All those layers of our personality, which we are not. Because we are essentially the Atma. There's no sadhana for the Atma needed. So sadhana for non-Atma, part of our personality. Or you can call it for the Sathul Sharir, which is a physical body, and sadhana for the Suksham Sharir, the subtle body. There are three things we need to do for both of these bodies. Number one, we have to clean it. Number two, exercise it. Number three, nourish it. So as a yoga sadhak, we got to recognize this, remember it all the time. So for the body, we clean it outside. But the yogi rishis, they say, clean it inside also. Clean your nose, clean your esophagus, your eyes, your stomach, your intestine, your colon. All of that should be cleansed. Clean the body. And then how do we exercise the body? There are so many different techniques based upon our age, based upon our body. We exercise. That is a yogic exercise. And how do we nourish this physical body or the sthul sharir? With the food. Yogi rishis, they say, eat sattvic food. Food which will give us nourishment, which will increase our life, the food which is well sustainable, food which is fresh, food which did not cause any harm to anybody else. Okay? So these are the three things we need to do for the body, physical body. The same three things we need to do for the subtle body also. We got to clean our subtle body with positive thoughts. With all those following the yam and the niyams, ahimsa, satya, stay, all those you're familiar with. Got to follow those principles of yoga to keep the subtle body clean. How do we feed the subtle body? By studying the scriptures, listening to the gurus. Put some good thoughts inside you. And how do we exercise the subtle body? When we meditate, sit down in our meditation or in our prayers, mind goes everywhere else. So you bring it back again and again to the point of your focus. That's how we exercise it. We get a good hold on our mind. So remember these three things for these two bodies which we have in this lifetime. And always remember the physical body is only for this time around. But the subtle body is going to go with us into the next life also. So we got to spend more time, because something which lasts longer, we got to do a little more work on it. So relatively speaking, spend less time taking care of this body, physical body. Okay, whether you are feeding it or cleaning it or exercising it, more time should be spent on that part of your personality which is going to be lasting longer. Remember that. So that means more meditation, more prayers, more watching your thoughts, more study of the scriptures. Because that's all we do for the subtle body, not for the physical body. So that proportion has to be right if we want improvement. Some people were asking, what should we do first thing in the morning when we get up? I would say that if you are still doing passive meditation, that means a sitting down meditation, you really cannot do active meditation, like body is actively involved and your mind is concentrated fully into the Atma and Paramatma. The first thing you do is meditation. Get into the habit of meditating first thing in the morning. People often ask, do we need to take a bath before meditation? No, meditation, we are doing it for the mind. You don't have to take a bath. In fact, you don't even have to brush your teeth. Just get up, go into your mandir room, sit over there. Try to absorb your mind, and through the mind, your Atma, at the feet of your Guru or God. Very easy to do that way. Otherwise, if you just get busy, then you'll say, no, I'll do it at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or at night or maybe next day. And this next day never comes. So make a habit of doing it first thing in the morning. How long you should do it? Ideally, 1 minute for every year of your age. So somebody who is 10 years old, 10 minutes of meditation. A person who is 60, do it for 1 hour. Okay, you can divide it. If you cannot really do it in one sitting, do it in the morning, then in the afternoon, then in the evening, then at night. At least all day long, there should be that much passive meditation. You can do it before your prayers or after your prayers also. But if you are not in the habit of doing it, I would say do it first thing in the morning. Make a promise to yourself that I'm going to start doing it. This is something I'm doing it for myself. This is something for that part of me which is going to take me somewhere in my next life around. Whether it's a moksha or whether it's a swarag or whether it's a narak, somewhere we are going. And this mind is going with us. So let's work on our mind. After that, what do? You get up, brush your teeth, Then clean your nose with a jal neti. Jal means water, warm water with little salt in it, and most of you know how to do it, and I'm sure you're doing it too. And it should be done every day, not only when we have cold or we are about to get sick. No, do it every single day. We don't brush our teeth when our teeth hurt. We brush our teeth every day, or even twice a day. So neti, jal neti should be done every single day. Warm water, salt in it. Just intake should be from the nose, and either you drink it in or you spit it out from the mouth. But the nasal passage has to be cleansed. That salty, warm water, it's so good. Really cleans it. Reduces all that mucus inside. You can breathe better. If you have any migraine, headache problem, any kind of allergy, you will see that reduction in that. Your eyesight becomes better. You think clearly. So many benefits. My own Guruji used to call it a Ramban. Ramban means with this one thing, so many diseases can be cured. Ramban. Okay, so neti, that's like a minimum one neti. But if you can do the rubber neti or sutra neti, that's good too. But at least to do this very basic jal neti. Anybody can do it. Anybody. Okay. Then you clean your stomach also with a woman kriya. You drink 2-3 glasses of warm water, little less warm than the neti water. Drink it in very quickly and then spit it all out. It is not a vomit because there is no food in your stomach early in the morning because you haven't had anything. Clean water comes out. With a gush of water, your eyes feel clean. You will see that water comes from eyes, your nose, of course, your throat, your ears. Okay? So woman kriya, that should be done. That's like a very basic. But if you want to do little advanced, you can do the vastra dhoti also. Okay? It's just like a long strip of thin cloth, yogi skate, and then take it out. All the phlegm comes out. Anybody who has the asthma, bronchitis, that is a cure with that. Okay, so these are two very basic, every day we should do the cleansings, the nasal cleansing, the stomach cleansing. Then once in a quarter, we do the deep cleansing where the entire intestines are cleansed. And again with water. All these cleansings are with water only. No herbs, no medicine, just water and little salt in it. After doing this in the morning, the jal neti and the woman, you stand up, bend forward, do the kapalbhati, get all the excess water out. It's like a daily practice. And bend enough. And you can always tilt your head sideways also. So in case there's any water left in the cavities, it comes out. Then you sit down and do pranayama. Pranayams according to your age, according to your own capacity. But for pranayam, make sure your back is straight and totally relaxed, not tense. And do not shake your upper body. Sometimes I see practitioners, they shake their body. No, keep your body still. Stomach should move in and out. You feel the expansion in the chest area, but back should be straight and still. So pranayama. So spend some time, I would say about 10 minutes into pranayama. Then if you have done this, you will see that your asana practice will be much better. Because your lungs have been expanded and contracted, your back is straight, you're breathing better, then you can do your asana practice. There were some people who were asking about the milk neti, the time. What is the best time to do milk neti? You warm up milk, start with just a half a cup or even a quarter of a cup of lukewarm milk. You don't have to add anything in there. Just drink it in, do shavasana after that. And what is the best time to do it? You can do it after your asana practice if you want to do it. And if you have time, do it that time or early evening. Milk neti should never be done right before sleeping. And if you want to nourish your nervous system a little bit more, add some ghee in the milk also, a little bit. Start with a little bit. It should be melted ghee. Just stir it completely. Drink it through your nose. You will see that how good it feels. But make sure you are doing the shavasana afterwards. And after shavasana, you can just sit up and do a little pranayama also. Okay. Again, the pranayama, make sure that according to your own health, you do that. Like a Bhasrika, if you have a blood pressure problem, then do Bhasrika very slowly. But if you don't, you can do it very vigorously. And Bhasrika should never be done right before sleeping, because it really energizes you and you won't be able to sleep. So those are some of the things you should know when to do, when not to do. And after doing all that, you should pray also. Yoga sadhaks, they always pray. Because we recognize that we are the Atma, not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. Those are just the vehicles we are traveling through. And it's our duty to take care of our vehicle. But we got to recognize that I am the Atma, which is part of Paramatma. And in our prayers, whatever prayers you do, doesn't matter whether in English or Sanskrit or Punjabi or Hindi or any other language, all you are doing is thanking God and connecting with God. Those are the two things you are doing. And sometimes we might have to ask something from God too. Because we do feel limited, even though our real nature is limitless. That's why it's called Satchitanand. And not only Anand, it's Anant also, but we don't know it yet. We feel limited in this body and mind. So during our prayers, sometimes we ask. But the bigger part of our prayer should be thanking God and connecting with God. Sometimes people say, which God? God is one. Whichever form or even formless is dear to you. Wherever you can connect very easily, do not argue about it. Do not waste time, whether God has a form or no form. God can be formless. God can have many forms. Who are we to limit God? We know that God is in the plant also, in the clouds also, in any creature. There's no place where God is not. So connect with that energy. If the form is very dear to you, try to go beyond the form. Sure, in that form, find the formless. You will see that energy emerging out of that form, going everywhere. So just like meditation, as we grow older, we should do more and more meditation. The same thing goes for the prayers also, guys. Because in the first and the second stage of life, we are very busy. We are trying to get settled, try to do a lot of duties. In the third stage in life, there should be more time spent on the prayers. Sitting down prayers, not just going in the car and praying or listening to somebody else singing the arati. No, you should sing it. Create those beautiful vibrations inside your own home. Prayers. How many times we pray? Twice. Morning and evening. Set the time. As a yoga abhyasis, we do things on time. My own Guruji used to say that if the Aarti time, the prayer time is 8 o'clock, do not let it be 8:01. Be there before time. Feel the presence of God. God has come over there to bless you. Don't make him wait. So whatever time you decide, you select. I would say write it down. That starting today, my prayer time is this, my exercise time is this, my cleansing time is this, my eating time is this, and my evening Sandhya time is this, and the evening meditation time is this. Have a timetable. A good yoga student follows the time. Time is the most precious commodity which we have. Time. Do not waste it. So everything on time. So morning prayers, after that you can have your breakfast. You say, where I'm going to get that much time? Hey, get up early. But make sure you do all of this. So after Aarti or the prayers, you can study, or you can just take the breakfast and then study your Swadhyaya. Okay. And if some of you are still working, just do it before you go. But when we are retired, then we spend more time into this because we are not going to work. In our classes, most of the people are retired. So make sure you spend enough time in all that. Then in the evening, if you have done all these yoga cleansings, pranayama in the morning, there's no need to do that in the evening. Once a day is enough. In the evening, you do the prayers. In the evening, you can study the scripture. In the evening, you should do the meditation. Before sleeping, if you have any difficulty in sleeping, you can definitely do some pranayams. There are some sleeping pranayams which will help you to go to sleep deeply, or you can do yoga nidra also before sleeping. Lying down on the bed, you're in a shavasana and you're doing yoga nidra. So that way your sleep will be a yogic sleep. You'll be fully rested. When you get up in the morning, you're ready to do all this again. This is how a yoga abhyasi lives. But more and more awareness that I am the Atma, not this body, not this mind, but it's my duty to take care of this body also. And it's my duty to take care of the mind also and keep it clean also and do my duties also without getting attached to the fruits. This is called a Yoga Anukul Jivan. So that means a life according to the yogic principles. Very simple, very logical, very easy to do. In fact, to live a life like this is easier than to live a life any other way. I told you that I'll try to answer your questions today too. So if anybody has a question, because I just wanted to give you a basic guidelines for a yogic life. So I think Nishi has a question. Yes, Nishi.
Namaste, Harshji, and thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you for this sharing this lecture.
Sure.
A few small questions, I think 4 of them. One is after milk neti, how long should the shavasana be?
10 minutes.
And so longer.
You want to make sure that all that milk which has gone in gets absorbed. Okay. Yeah.
And how much ghee to be added to the milk?
Start with only 1/4 of a teaspoon in half a cup of milk.
Okay.
Make sure it's a fully melted ghee so that it gets dissolved in it very easily. Okay. And if it feels too heavy, you can always reduce the quantity a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And you talked about doing Kapalbhati after doing Jal Neti. I mean, everything I do feel that I am retaining some water that comes out during the day when I bend or I do Surya Namaskar. There's no harm in it because you're saying you can even drink it in, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I worry about this water in the nasal passages. Is it bad for you or no?
Yeah, it is bad in the sense, first of all, it just makes you feel uncomfortable when it's dripping down while you do asanas. And sometimes it can get infected. So it's good to get that water out.
But maybe you were also saying that you can just drink all the salt water.
But when you drink it, it's going into the stomach.
Oh, okay. From the nose.
Okay, drinking it in the stomach. So in the stomach, there's no harm.
Okay.
But if some of it's retained in the cavities, then it will make you feel uncomfortable. Yes. So you're not throwing out the water which has gone into the stomach. All you're doing is just getting the excess water which has been retained in the cavities. That's all.
So when you do Kapalbhati after Jal Neti, does all the water come out? How long does it
Yes, there should be some water coming out. Yes. It's like only a sniffle of water, not a gush of water. It's the water only in the nasal passage, excess water that comes out.
And then later on, when you do pranayama,
yeah, then you pranayama also, yeah, then you will see that little bit more moisture comes out, which is good.
Some comes out, Surya Namaskar mein to nikalta hai.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah.
And if you can, share with us the diet also that you follow or you aim to follow during the day, what time you eat, what you eat, that would be nice too.
Yeah, I personally eat the grains only once a day. Okay. So in the morning, I eat nuts, fruits, and a cup of tea. Okay. And then I eat lunch. Lunch I eat just a typical Indian lunch, dal, sabji, chapati, yogurt. So I eat 1 chapati, dal, sabji, and yogurt. Okay, that's my full lunch, complete lunch. If there's a rice, yes, I will eat rice also. Okay. And I like to eat something sweet after my lunch. So I am always looking for something sweet in the kitchen. So I do eat it. If nothing else, I'll just take a pinch of sugar and put it in my mouth. So I like that. So in the evening, again, I don't eat anything. If I'm hungry, I'll just eat a banana or something, fruits, but no cooked meal in the evening. Or any kind of grain in the evening. Yes.
So you don't eat anything after lunch except?
I don't. Yes, I really don't.
And what time is your lunch?
My lunch is around 1:30.
Okay.
Yeah, but between 1 and 1:30. Yeah.
You sleep pretty early also, right? You sleep quite early also. You go
yeah, I sleep around between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. I go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harshji.
Yeah. Okay, Rita.
Harshji, I have a couple of questions about pranayam.
Okay.
One is, you do pranayam before doing the asanas or after? It doesn't matter.
You can do it either way, but
Okay.
if you do it before, that's better.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
That's better. The reason for that is that you have really opened up all your nasal passages also. Your chest has expanded and you're breathing better. When you're breathing better, your asana practice becomes better.
Okay.
Some people might be confused because in our classes, when I used to teach at the ashram, I would do it after the yoga classes.
Yeah, that's what you do it after.
And
Yes.
the reason for that was because habitually some people come late into the classes. So I just didn't want them to miss the most important part of yogic practice. That was the only reason. Otherwise, I would say that, hey, let's do it in the beginning. Okay.
Okay.
So for our own practice, do pranayam first and then asana. Cleansings, pranayam, then asanas.
Then, okay.
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 Yeah.
And then one more question. Since we have done so many different kinds of pranayams, so what should we really do? Sometimes I'm confused in which one should I do, and then should we change every day or just do
No,
the same
don't
routine?
change it. Don't change it. Do Nadi Shuddhi pranayam.
Yes.
Okay. To me, I think do enough of that. And before that Nadi Shuddhi, you are doing Bhasrika also.
Okay. Yes, I do it together. Yeah.
Yeah, Bhasrika. And then try to increase the Kumbhak part in that.
Okay.
The longer Kumbhak you do, the more benefit you're getting. But then proportionally, you should have inhalation should be increasing and exhalation should be increasing too. So right now, if you're doing it like a 1, 4, and 2, so then just increase from 1 to 2 and then 8 and the 4.
Okay.
With a count like that. But Kumbhak, pay attention to the Kumbhak. Okay. So other pranayams, sure, you can do it during meditation. The pranayams I have taught you, you can do those. But for our body, Nadi Shuddhi pranayam and that Kapalbhati which you do after the neti, that is sufficient.
Okay.
Okay. So rest of the pranayams, they are according to, if there's some problem, you just do that. It's almost like when we have a headache, we just go into the medicine cabinet and pick up a Tylenol or aspirin. That's what we do. Okay, we don't have to do all the pranayams every day.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the asanas, is it better to do the same asanas every day, or you keep changing a little bit?
Yeah, same asanas every day. Just make sure that you are moving, rotating, stretching, relaxing every part of your body. The sequence can be different. Okay, don't just stress yourself so much that I change the sequence today. It's okay. But like every day, the neck should be moved a few times. Shoulders, hands, your elbows, your legs, your back. Every single day, every joint should be moved. I almost look at is that I'm taking an inventory of my body. Which part is really functioning okay and which one is not, so that I can take care of it, right?
Yeah, because I feel like the routine that you have that like covers every part of the body. You go through the whole thing. You're moving every part of the body. It covers everything.
Yeah, the sequence which we follow from the ashrama, that really covers very gently, but very effectively every part of our body. Okay, so there should be movement, the rotation, and then there should be some inversions and the twists. Okay, so and bending forward, bending backward. According to our own capacity, we should definitely do it. This body stays healthy. Actually, let me tell you, this body wants to stay healthy. Body likes it, and mind wants to be calm. We got to just help it. Okay. Thank you, Rita. Any other question? I'll like Pramila.
Harshi, a very good lecture. I had a question, like you said, we have to do all these before we have breakfast. Now, I have a problem. Like, can we have a break in between? Like, do pranayam or asanas? Can we break the sequence in between?
Yeah, what you can do is if you really cannot do all that
Uh-huh.
continuously, I would say do the pranayam, the neti and pranayam and the meditation in the morning, then eat breakfast, then do the asanas maybe in the evening then. But make sure that stomach is empty when you do asana.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like,
So,
what I was thinking, if I can do meditation and pranayam has to be empty stomach.
yeah, for pranayam also. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Pranayam asanas, you don't want to have too much food. If you have eaten a full meal, make sure you wait 3 hours before you do the
Do
pranayam.
pranayam.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Like, I can do it before lunch or you cannot.
Yeah, you can do before lunch if you want to. If you have eaten a light breakfast
Yeah.
and there's enough gap between breakfast and lunch, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
Yes.
I meant.
Yes, definitely you can do it. But just make
Yeah.
sure that stomach is not full, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what this thing was.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I can't
that's
do
why I
it.
said that we all have a different kind of a schedule.
Yeah.
So write it down. Do not change from day to day.
Okay.
That is very important.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Just write it down. What is practical for me? And
Yeah.
these are the things I need to do. So write it down. What time I can do it? See, once in a while, you might have to change when you're traveling. You might have to change, but don't change on a regular basis.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Got
But
it.
even when you're traveling, we should always pranayam we can do anytime. Even we are going somewhere. Asanas we can do also. How much room we need?
Yeah.
Neti, take your salt with you.
Yeah.
I do it. I'm sure you can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Karna.
Harshi, regarding
Yes.
Jalaneti, I was thinking about water. Like you just make cold water lukewarm or boil water and then cool it to lukewarm.
No, you don't have to boil the water because the water in this country which we drink, we can use the same water.
Okay.
I just warm it up in the microwave
Huh.
and then just add salt in it and do neti with that. That's what I've been doing it all my life.
Okay.
Okay, because the quality of water is pretty good in this country. I mean, if somebody is living in the village, I can see that if the water is coming from a well, then sure they should boil it, but not. We don't have to do that.
Okay.
Don't add more work
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yes.
The easier it is, the more likely you will continue doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Karni.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
Manju.
Namaste, Harshi.
Namaste, Manju.
Manjumi. I was just wondering, you said you eat your lunch like 1:30 or so,
Uh-huh.
and then nothing really substantial. All day, how can you sleep? Bhook nahi lagti? No,
No.
you're not hungry. All
No.
many
मेरा
hours.
मंजू पता है क्या ध्यान नहीं जाता उस वक्त उस तरफ मेरा. In fact, if I
No.
have to eat afterwards, it just I don't like it. See, sometimes आप लोग बुलाते हो
You
मुझे,
feel-
so I have to eat it. It's against my nature.
Hmm.
So I just don't feel. I don't even think about food. Put it this way.
Hmm.
I don't know. It must be a habit from previous lives. Maybe when I was little, also. I remember my mom. She used to pack up lunch and I'll throw it into the jungles because we lived in the Shimla. And then later on, our housekeepers, they'll come and they say, tell my mother, that khana wahan pada hua tha, phenka hua tha. So I don't know. It's just like but I do eat. It's not that I don't eat. I eat it. But after I have eaten one meal, I'm done with it. I feel fully satisfied. And I used to drink tea in the evening. Now you know that I don't even drink
Yeah,
tea.
I know.
I just drink tea in the morning and then I'm done with
So
it.
there,
I
so
don't
there is
even
no good in the stomach all night or anything like
no,
that.
nothing happens in the stomach. In fact, it feels really good to me. And
Okay.
I've been doing it since year 2000. So it's
Yes,
44.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm not saying that everybody need to do that. Everybody's
yeah.
body is different, requirement is different. Yeah? And most of the people, they just love to eat dinner together as a family. But my family, they understand that I don't. So they're okay with it.
Mhm.
They'll give me a warm glass of water. Last night we were at our son's house. Yeah. सुंदर से ग्लास में उन्होंने मुझे पानी गर्म करके दे दिया and I was fully satisfied with that.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So no, you don't follow. Yeah, some of these extreme things you don't need to follow, but you definitely
Yeah.
follow what I do in the morning, like cleansings,
Yeah.
pranayama, prayers, meditation. But food-wise, look at your own, because a person who is diabetic, they need to eat like a periodically. So do not do what I'm doing. Okay, please. Got to
And
listen.
what we
Lord
can
Krishna also said that the
Yeah.
food which will not make you sick, that's a sattvic food.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to look at it. Hey, what do I need for this body? Okay. So in future, in case I need to eat more, I will eat more.
Mhm.
I don't make vows like that never kind of a thing. No. We got to use our common sense. That goal of this life is to attain liberation, freedom from these entanglements. So that's why we are doing all this. That's why we want to keep the body clean and healthy. That's why we want to keep the mind clean and healthy, so that we can attain that ultimate goal. Okay? So,
And you wake up at 5:30? No, maybe earlier.
no, between 5 and 5:30. Yeah. Most of the days, 5 o'clock. Sometimes when I'm traveling, it becomes little, changes a little, but most of the time, 5 o'clock.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It's so inspiring always.
And I do take a nap also in the afternoon, by the way. Since COVID, I have started taking naps. So I enjoy
Yeah.
that too. Yeah. Yes, Jyoti.
Well,
Thank you.
you just answered that one for me. But going back to eating in the evening, now I also follow that after 6 I don't eat anything, and if I
Mhm.
haven't eaten, I truly follow it. So, I don't have anything. But there are some days when I am hungry because I haven't had a lunch, and the
Mhm.
day's gone by with work, but I'm hungry in the evening. So what can I take during that time?
Take something light, like fruits.
Fruit? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Something lighter. If you will see that if you are meditating and praying more and more, you don't want to eat heavy food.
No, that's
Too
right.
much.
I don't want to eat
Yeah.
anything
So
heavy.
fruits, raw vegetables. They
Nuts
are conducive to meditation. You will see that mind stays calm. When you eat heavy food, you feel heavy. Not physically, but the mentally also. Okay. So lighter food.
Thank you.
So just like if you just eat a pear, apple, doesn't it feel so good? And always another thing we should do, pray to God. We don't have to recite all kinds of mantras. Just thank you, God, for this food. It becomes more nourishing, more appealing. It's like a prasad. See, when we eat prasad, how good it feels, right? And we are not complaining that prasad is tastes bad or good or less or more. It's a prasad. We are grateful. So every spoon of food we put in our mouth, we should think that it's a prasad. Okay. Yes, Priya. Unmute yourself, please. Yeah, looks like you're still muted.
I also wanted to talk about the doodh neti. So I used to do it because my blood pressure was high. I had talked to you a while ago, and it was under control and everything. But last year I snacked up in it. My blood pressure started raising, and they gave me very small medication, but it was okay. But then again, it started coming up. So since yesterday you reminded me, like it came up, I was fortunate to listen to that. I just started from yesterday. My mind is so calm, and thank you so much.
Good. Yeah, keep taking medication, Priya. It's okay to take the medication.
Yeah.
And then enhance that with the doodh neti. Yes, definitely.
Right, exactly. I didn't want it to increase because I know once it start going up, then they're going to increase the medication, and that's I didn't want it. So now I started since yesterday. I started doing it. So thank you so much. And
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that it was a reminder at the right time.
Yes. And it came timely manner, and then I'm so fortunate.
Good. All right. So nobody else has a question. So we'll stop this recording. But before that, let's do that last mantra which we always recite. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much.